All right, good morning, everybody. I'm so happy to have Laurie here. She's going to talk to us about estate liquidation, um, all things taking care of senior homeowners and the transition that she helps the families with. So go ahead, Laurie. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me be here. My name is Laurie Abbott from Abbott Estate Sales, and we do all kinds of things, not just estate sales. But what I thought I'd do is just tell you briefly about what we do and break it down just a little bit. I don't know if I can talk 45 minutes. No, I probably could just because I talk a lot. But anyway, so the first thing that we do is estate sales. And basically I would go in and meet the client. Most of the time I'm working with somebody's daughter or son, and that's how it starts. Like right now I'm working with the mom and the daughter, both daughters. And so this has been kind of fun. So I've gotten to meet the parents as well, at least one of them. And we help them decide what they want, what they don't want, what they need, what they don't need, and how much they can store. And just trying to encourage them that if they're not going to have it out where they can see it, it may not be a good idea to keep. You want to save all your life treasures. You want to keep them and hold them and cherish them. But if they're going in the attic or in the basement, it's probably not a good idea. Or if nobody wants them, which I'm finding it out to be a lot these days. The younger kids aren't wanting as much as, we would want them to keep all our memories, but they have their own. So anyway, first thing on the estate sale, I do meet with the clients and we decide what kind of estate sale they want. There is online and there is in person. Right now I'm doing an in-person one. And I find that to be the most fun. I love that. We come in and we clean out like all the regular garbage sitting around or stuff that's just dangerous or whatever we can get rid of right away, we get rid of, and we either take it to the dumps or donations or wherever it happens to need to go. We personally, you can't do guns, so we don't do guns. That's against the law. We don't do taxidermy. That's also against the law. And if we find stuff like that, the owners do need to remove it. And we also don't do chemicals. They're just really hard to dispose of. And I have done them because sometimes I can find out where to take them and it's easy, so I do them. But if it's not, usually somebody will dispose of them for us. Pricing that's the biggest question that I get all the time. How much do you cost? Well, you really can't give a price until you see the house because it doesn't go on the size of the house. It really, for me, in my business, it goes to the density of the house. How much stuff do you have in your house? Like, for example, the house I'm at right now has a lot of stuff. Treasures, everything's a treasure, but it is a lot of stuff. So that's kind of what I go by, the density of the house. And then when we get done and we do a sale, it's usually about 3 days. We set up and I'm looking around because I'm actually at the house and I'll show you some pictures. And we stage it. I like to stage things because they sell much better. I like to get top dollar. So if you stage it and you make it really cute, then usually they, will want to buy it. And doing this, I've been doing estate sales for about 20 years, but like I was mentioning to Joan, just really full time in the last 6 to probably 9 months, full time. And I'm finding it to be a lot of fun. And I got to give Joan props. I watch her and she's really good at what she does. She's just a sweetheart. And just watching her, I learned a lot from watching her too, to grow my business even more. And so good job, Joan. And
Collaboration.
And then what we do is once we set it up, we get it staged. We have a sale for about 3 days. And it's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I advertise. I don't do any paper advertising anymore. It just doesn't pay to do it. I found that I do it social media, everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. Anybody wants to listen, I'm going to tell you what to do. estatesale.org. I always put that, my posts on there and promote it. So it goes to more people, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever I can do. And then when everything is said and done, and we got the sales that, you know, they want, what we do then is we do a clean out, basically, is what we pack up everything that's left. There'll be a lot of donations, a lot of people getting different things, you know, items, kitchen items. So I'll go to like whatever I feel like it is necessary to go to. Gray Bears, you know, whoever needs something. Sometimes we give them to the homeless. Sometimes we give it to seniors, like clothing, which I'll get into later. And then the clients at that time will decide, are they going to need another sale, or are they going to call it good and, you know, clean out? And that's when we'll go for the clean out. Sorry, I keep blocking my view here. And then the other thing we do is a clean out, and I am in the process of doing one in Alameda right now. And we go in and just clean it out from head to toe, and anything that we can recycle. I'm big on recycling. I'm big on sharing and giving things away, and like a lot of donating. We'll put online that free furniture, and you'd be amazed. If you sell it for $10, somebody will come buy it. But if you tell them it's free, nobody comes. It's been weird. But anyway, so yeah, I've been giving away a lot of furniture. We donate it. I try not to go to the dump unless at all, you know, you have to with some stuff, but I try not to, just because it's you know, bad for the environment, basically. So once we go to the dumps, and everything is cleaned out, they are completely done. We call it broom ready. We have the house all ready for either a professional cleaner to come in and get it ready to sell, or whatever the client wants, but everything's gone. Even the outside stuff, pretty much, unless they don't want it done. You know what I mean? They want to keep the stuff for the house. So, that's a clean out. And downsizing, I haven't really done many of these. I've done one in San Francisco a few months ago. And basically, this person was moving out of their house into a houseboat. And so they wanted all their stuff. I know, right? Hello. So I basically just went in there and sold everything they didn't want, and then took the rest to either, you know, Goodwill or some other kind of place that would want the donations, and also the dump, because there was a lot of dump stuff too. So that would be just a clean out. It's easy peasy, quick and easy. We do emergency estate sales. We do emergency clean outs. That's a rush job. So, you know, we are really honest. We don't try to get it in an emergency if we can't do it. So it's just, yes, we can do this. We have a time limit. We can get it done. The emergency estate sales that I've had have been like, okay, I talked to the person Monday and they said they need it cleaned out by Sunday. And we'll do a sale for like 1 or 2 days, and then boom, it's gone. So it's a little bit messier, meaning that you don't get to take everything to the recycle and everything that you want to do. I really enjoy, you know, giving things to people and helping people with the unused items, but sometimes you just have to, you know, clean it out. So we've done that. The one thing that people always ask me is, do you do hoarder houses? Yes, we do hoarder houses. I've come across a lot of those, and I kind of think they're fun. I mean, it's sad to me that it gets to that point, but to do them, I think it's kind of fun. I'm doing a hoarder house now in Oakland, and it is a hoarder house, but I call it a clean hoarder house. Just a lot of stuff. So we'll be doing a estate sale as well as a clean out, and there's a lot of good things in there. So we just can't dump everything. It's just makes no sense. So that's what we do at the hoarder houses. We also, you know, a lot of it you just have to take to the dump. There are gross hoarder houses too, and it's really sad. And I always I give resources to people that need them. I've had a hoarder house that she didn't think anything was trash, and it was before I could even do it. She needed to get the help that she needed. to not do it again. She wasn't ready, but I gave her the resources, and that's where, networking comes in. We can all work together to help each other, and just, I don't know. I just think I was really telling Julie earlier that how I really appreciate her newsletters and how I appreciate all the real estate agents that are there for the seniors. I think it's so cool that we can all work together. There's enough out there for everybody. It's not going to end. It's not going to be like, like Joan and I do similar things, but she's way organized. And I appreciate that. Joan, you want to come to my house?
Sure, Laurie,
And,
let me know when.
Okay, great. And but there's enough work out there for everybody. So I think it's great for us to really encourage each other and lift each other up in this process. And I think the last part of the talking part is, before I show you some things, is what was I going to say? Warehouse prices, senior. The other thing that I started doing, and I buy clothes from Joan, I buy clothes from a few other people, is I'm starting a program for seniors that can't afford to buy clothing. And basically what I'm doing is, right now I have a storage full of clothes hanging on racks. But I'm trying to get a hold of some churches and work with some of the churches. And also my idea is to go to the senior centers and also some of the homes. And what it is basically I bring about 5 or 6 racks in, and they get to shop for free. It doesn't cost them anything. So it's kind of a really great way that they can feel empowered to get the clothes they want and not have to worry about paying for them. How that came about was I have a little old lady that I kind of adopted during one of this process. I know they say not to get too close, but I did. And I kind of befriended her, and she had to go to the hospital because she broke her leg. So I went to the hospital after a week or so, after, give her some time to recuperate. And I noticed that there were so many people in there that it was kind of a care home at that point. Didn't have anything, didn't have family, didn't have clothing, and it just broke my heart. So I decided, since I love clothes so much, I can take some of these clothes and donate them to seniors. So what I do now, I buy them, I get them donated after my sales, and I'm totally honest with the family, and I tell them I do that, and they're totally okay with it. We donate glasses to Lions Club. So if anybody has any old glasses, put them aside for me. We give them to the Lions Club, and they help give them to people that can't afford glasses. And yeah, we donate the clothes to the seniors. Now, some of them, because I buy clothes and I have a storage that I pay like $3.50 a month on, what I do is I will sell like the higher end clothes, like maybe some vintage jackets or, something that will bring in a little money to repay some of the cost. And then after that, all the rest get donated. We also do charity things where we raise money for different events. So at this point, I thought what I would do is just show you a few little areas of the house that we're working on. We're still working on it, so it's a bit messy, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what an estate sale looks like. And we couldn't figure out how to get it to, I'm going to turn the camera around and hopefully you guys can see all this. So this is what we're calling our glam room. We have purses, vintage. Everything in here is pretty much vintage. We have formal wear, and it's a lot of vintage formal wear, of course, books, a lot of vintage hats and accessories. And like I said, I'm still working on it. Lingerie, and also 50s dresses. I love these. They're so cute. And then more purses, shoes. And that's kind of one room, and then I'll take you to one more, and then I can stop chatting. By the way, I'm not really good at speaking in public, so sorry if I
You're doing
stutter.
great. You're doing great.
So, all right, here's the last room I'll show you right now. Um, this is a huge living room, and we just have like everything set up right here, kind of all the glassware together. This is our John Wayne area. As you can see, lots of horses and stuff, and they had tons of John Wayne items and kitchenware. And then we're working on this area right now, but we have like the living room set up like the living room, and it'll be all cleaned up before our sale. And toys and Christmas and lots and lots of linens. We have vintage curtains, vintage sheets that have not been opened, linens, doilies, towels, more towels, more towels, and more towels, and lots of sheets. And then we hang up some for easy shopping because some people are lazy and they don't want to pick. I'm not one of those. I'm a picker. So, and then we have our doilies. Yes. And we have our craft area that we've started. We're still working on this area. So that's kind of it in a nutshell as far as a estate sale and clean outs and anything else. If you have any questions, I can answer
So
them.
this home that you're at right now is here in San Jose, and is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Joan has her hand raised.
Julie or Lori, do you have a minimum price for your estate sales? Like, do you say you have to clear a certain amount before you start paying out proceeds?
Well, actually, what I do usually, like, for this client, I don't know about it. I'm finding that every client obviously is different and their situation is different. So, like right now, I would tell this client, okay, this is my flat rate. This is from beginning to end, and they get the money from the proceeds until we are even. So, like, let's just say $100. If I charge them, which it's not, if I charged them $100, when we made $100, then I start getting a percentage of that.
Right.
So,
That's why I'm wondering if you have like you don't have a standard flat rate. Like you don't say it's
No.
5,000 or it depends on the.
No, I tried that and I lost money.
Yeah.
So we don't do that at all anymore. I go in and assess a house. I can't give anybody a bid unless I've assessed the house and see how dense it is. And then I do it by figuring out how many days it's going to take, how many people it's going to take. I research the local areas and find out like where I can drop things off at, and do I have to bring them back, that kind of stuff. So, and then I give them a flat rate. But no, I can't really give anyone a flat, like, I did that in the beginning. I said, it's this many thousands of dollars, or rather like three, 5 or whatever. And it didn't work. So we've done it this way, and every house is so different. I mean, I've been in, I'm sure you've been in situations where you've been in like a 6-bedroom house, but it was empty except for some furniture. And then I've been in the one I'm doing right now in Fremont. It's a 3-bedroom house, and it was full up to my chest. So the one that was the 3-bedroom cost more than the 6-bedroom or whatever. So that's how that works.
So when you do the estate sale, and then do you have in your contacts, do you have people that come and buy from you, say like a whole, cargo container?
Oh yeah, I have a list of people that have they dealers basically,
Yeah.
or store owners. I have a few store owners and dealers, and what I would do is, like, one already bought furniture and I have it set aside for her. And then now she's kind of looking at, she's pre-shopping, you know, with my, I'll do the video and send it to her. So I can get some of it cleared out that way. And I have another girl that loves vintage and she has a store. So she is going to come and shop, you know, and then we go to the public. I try to get as many people in here first to clear out some of the items. And there's a lot here. So, I mean, we're not even done. I have a carriage house and a garage to do. So we're
Wow.
kind of working on this, moving on.
The other thought that I had in question, so when you were talking about the clothing for seniors, and taking or doing like on location sales for the clothing.
Yeah.
So have you
Mhm.
gone to or talked to the local senior centers?
Yeah, I'm actually in, like I said in the very beginning, I wanted to be able to just jump on. So I've been collecting clothing. Like I said, my storage is full of clothes, which is a good thing. And I have a list of people that I actually, when I have a day off, then I'm going to go and, you know, make contact with people. I have put in emails to some people. So let's just wait and see and then figure out how to do it. I have kind of a plan laid out. What I would like to see done is some of the senior homes, they're so sad, you know, they don't have anything, and it makes me sad. And can you imagine, like, if you didn't have anything and you got to go pick out a beautiful scarf? I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. Sometimes they don't have socks. I have so many brand new socks that they can take. So, you know, and I don't have any idea yet the limit or anything like that, because we're not there yet. We'll see how it goes. You know, if they wanted to take 6 racks into their room, that's probably not going to happen. But, you know, pick out a few outfits.
Okay, because I'm just visualizing like we could sponsor a whole entire event somewhere. And like
That would be
the senior center right down here on Camden and Union.
Yeah.
So we would find out, you know, who would be available and open to doing that. And then maybe some of our local churches, you know, if they have senior events.
Exactly. I'm in Santa Cruz. I'm hitting Twin Lakes because I go there. And then there's a Live Oak Senior Center, and I keep looking over at my notes. So Live Oak Senior Center. So and then there's a few homes that I've checked out. So it's just a matter of footwork. And I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
have like a week off. So that will
Yeah.
be when my days off, I work on the business.
Yeah. So does anybody have another question?
Hi,
Thank
everyone. Hi,
you.
Julie.
Hi, Lynn.
Sorry, hi. Oh, go
Hi.
ahead.
Hi, Skip.
Oh, okay.
Lynn, did you
I
have a
guess I
question?
could ask the question. I did. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get my 10,000 steps while walking to the polls. So I wanted, and so I jumped in a little later because I was in another meeting. But first of all, I know that some of the, I guess these estate sales that we use, they basically don't have an upfront charge, and by the end of the day, it kind of evens out from the things they sell to the things the amount they owe. So is yours kind of like that? And we do that because, you know, I tell my clients, I work mostly with the homeowners, that you know, it costs to get rid of things. And by the end of the day, if you know, and environmentally, you know, they have that in mind. We don't want to just get a big dumpster and throw everything in, which would be easy. Yeah, and less expensive way, but I do not want to put anything more in the landfills than we already are putting in the landfill. So it's like so anyway, by the end of the day, they pretty much even out. Maybe they make a little bit, but yeah, is yours kind of like that format?
Yeah. It's exactly, I'm big on not putting it into the landfill as well. So basically it can even out. Sometimes they don't get as much, or sometimes nothing, you know what I mean? But it does get taken and it does get to a new home. And so, yeah, you're right. That's kind of how it works. Sometimes it evens out. Like this one right now, there is a good chance they will make some money because the stuff is so nice. And so like the vintage items are so brand new, you know what I mean? But there are people that you have to just kind of clean it out, or they might not make anything off of it. But it does help balance the cost, depending on if that's the way they want to go. I kind of, I like to make flat fees because it's easier. But there are times when you have like somebody that needs a little bit of help and you kind of twist it a little bit to make it work for them. Like you can get paid
So are you, oh, okay.
after the sale part of
Done
it.
hourly? So then you are counting hourly, or you're counting the
No,
job?
we don't do hourly.
Oh, okay. So you're counting like the job.
We do it by the job, yes.
Okay, but then it's a real rough estimate in the beginning, and then after obviously after you put in the work, then you'll know exactly, right?
Basically, no. I mean, basically I'll come in and say if I have a house that's not very full and I say, okay, it's going to be like $3,000. Just, I'm giving you a thing. And
Right.
that is what's owed no matter what. And then
Okay.
afterwards we work on making them money, and
Right.
that money
Okay.
goes to them. And once we get to the
Okay.
point of the $3,000, then I would get a percentage of the afterwards.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the
So
first
they have something to work for. And a lot of people I'm finding liked that, because they're saying that, you know, I'm trying to make over that amount, so I'm going to work harder to make more money. So I don't
Right.
know, maybe it's a psychological thing. To me, I just want to work harder anyway for them too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So there's a base amount that they pay, and they pay that up front then?
yeah, well, like with this one, they gave me half, and then they're gonna give me the other half like this week. And I'm okay though, because even if I don't get it till after, I'll have the cash up front, you know, for the sale, that I can pay myself back if they can't afford to.
Oh, I see. Okay, but you collect some type of payment up front.
Yeah, if
Okay.
it makes sense. Sometimes we have to do the full amount.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Well, wonderful. And sorry, are you Joanne? Or I heard a couple of names. Yeah. Laurie.
I'm Laurie. Joan is in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, Laurie Burleigh. Okay. All right. Thank you, Laurie. And the name of your company? You're dropping it in the chat.
Abbott Sales.
Abbottestates Sales. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Julie, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I type it on the chat too. I guess you didn't see that. Two questions. First, Laura, do you charge to come out to do an estimate? First question.
No.
Okay.
No, it's free.
Second question is, you kind of answer partially along the way, but I still like to get a grip of, you know, so I understand you're not going to give a price until you go out to see. I totally understand that. I got that part. But in general, for us as an agent, we need to tell people, hey, on a typical 3-bedroom family, you could expect what is the minimum range of that. Is there something, you have a range? You throw something 3,000. I don't know how realistic is that.
Typically,
What
for a
in
3-bedroom
general is there
house,
a range that we can talk about?
yeah, it's just really, every 3-bedroom house is different. We have like one that doesn't have hardly anything in it, and then we have one that's completely stuffed. So it's gonna range. You know, I'd say at the very cheapest, probably a 3-bedroom is gonna be like about 4,000, and that's just with not a whole lot of stuff in it. You know, we have to go to the dump, we have to move furniture, we have to move garbage, we move the lawn stuff outside. You know, it's just, there is no range until I see what's inside. I wish I could help you out there more, but if you
Well,
think
that
about
does help. That does help us a lot, because now, Joe, when we're where when we're in the home with the homeowners and with the families, having gotten that information with from Laurie, we can look around and say, oh, okay, I see the density. It's not, and we can make a quick estimation so that we can communicate that to the family and then get them in touch with Laurie.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
They
trying
would
to
have
do,
an
you know, so
understanding. Yeah.
in a general, you know, not overly, you know, packed, you know, dense. I understand that that would be an extreme. So we need to understand, okay, on a low end, you know, so the typical family on a 3-bedroom, we can expect start with 3 or 4,000 or whatever. And then on a high density, you may be, you know, 5 or 7 grand, whatever. That's what I'm trying to get,
Yeah.
because that I can talk to my, as a matter of fact, I have a homeowner up in South San Francisco is in that category. She hasn't done anything, and in fact, I'm still trying to push her. It's been over a year since her husband passed away, and she needs to do that. She just doesn't motivate to start that process. Because then I don't have a number to tell. Well, if you want to start, this is what it is. Don't try to do it yourself, you know, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
at
you
this
know, a
stage.
lot of
Well, it
people
hasn't
do
happened for
try
over
and
a
they
year.
don't get it
But
done.
so I'm still trying to gauge it. Okay, this is what it is. That's what you expect. You know, now out from that, maybe the furniture and all that, you probably can get most of it back. You know, then some people have some idea what to deal with.
Correct. Yeah.
Lisa, you had a question?
Laurie, can you take us through what an online auction would look like when you hold it? And do you only do local? Like you wouldn't be able to do anything remote. You only do stuff where you're dealing with local local homeowners to you.
Actually, I've been doing all over California so far. And a lot of it depends on the owner. Like a couple of my online ones, they take a little bit longer. And you just go in and you figure out how much things are going to, cost, and you put a lot together so much, and then you put it online. There's a couple different platforms to put them on. They charge like 30 to 35%. And to put it on their auction. I've done just sales, like instead of like this would be in a case where there's not a ton of stuff. I would put it like on Facebook Marketplace and all the other platforms like that to just try to sell their stuff. And those are as time permits for me, those ones. Now the regular online auctions, they do take, a percentage. So it would be a percentage of that. So I would get my flat rate. They get their 30 to 35%. And then the homeowner would get the rest. And, but we come in, we set it up, and we take like I'm a vignette kind of girl. I take like little vignettes. I put like things together, and I take pictures, and then we describe it. And then we have an auction, and then they come pick it up. And we would be there, our team would be there to do all of that. And then when they come pick up their items, we would be there to give it to them. So the homeowner wouldn't have to do anything. That's kind of my goal. They're just, we're saving them the stress. We're going to come in there and do it all.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So all over California.
Yeah, we've been doing all over. Haven't really got too far yet, but we're working on it. And then also, we're going to be, I hope to get to the point where we can hire more people. I'd like to hire people over here and go from there, but I do plan on expanding. That's just my nature.
So Joe, just to continue on what you were talking about. So Laurie, Joe has a client that's in San Francisco, so he could ask you, would you go to that home in San Francisco?
Yeah, we're doing Oakland too. So, I mean, right now, so yeah, it's fine.
And that's a complimentary consultation, or?
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything.
So to not to pinning you down for that. So on a typical 3-bedroom house, they are not overly packed and just typical. What would be the range of the low end? Did you say that would be like 3,000 or 4,000, or I'm still
Definitely, I would say it's probably 4 and above.
4 and above? Okay, so for the people, I haven't seen them lately, but one time I have a client, the whole house, I can even see what the floor is. They was that bad because they were all all covered. So in those end, what would that be? You think what would be at the worst scenario?
My worst scenario was $10,000.
Okay, now that then I got something to go with, because before that I don't know what to tell my client. Now then a client can expect, well, on the low end you will expect, starting with 4 on the worst end, which I don't think in your case, in most situation will be 10. Then
Right.
people get an idea. And then so on a typical on those, we will have furniture, dining room, sofa and all that. In general, how much you think you can get those? You get a couple thousand back, or 3 or 4,000. What's in
Well,
your experience?
it all depends. It just, it depends on the style. It depends
Yeah,
on
of
the
course.
year of the furniture. It depends on how good a condition it is. It depends if there's a lot of small stuff, because small stuff sells. It depends what kind of clothing they have. Clothing sells really well. It all, I can't even give an answer to that, because it really depends on each individual item.
So do you work with
But
the
I
home
typically
consignment center?
do make money. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Do you work with home
What?
consignment center? Like if you got furniture,
No.
are they a resource for you?
I've been trying to do Habitat with Humanity, but I have not. I mean, some of the furniture I deal with is kind of not really what they want to take. And I mean,
Yeah.
I also have people that come pick up furniture, but same. So, but like this one in Oakland, I know that furniture will sell. It'll sell, or it will definitely be wanted. So, it just depends on the piece.
So with the furniture, like, so do you private party sales? I mean, you'll just sell it, right? To
Mhm.
or to just consignment places, or
It's pretty much individual people. Like I post whatever furniture we have online for people to come look at or buy. They can just pay for it and come pick it up, or they can come and look at it and pay for it. So it's basically just like online individual, but the donations, I'm trying to donate to different avenues like Habitat for Humanity, or I haven't heard of a consignment shop yet. I've heard of consignment shops, but I haven't thought about doing that yet. So that's a good. I'm writing it down. Maybe for
I'll hook
the
you up
client
with
that
that.
they can get
Yeah,
their money.
because I know a couple people that do it here. Joan probably knows them too. The Home Consignment Center. They're local here in San Jose, Campbell.
Okay.
But they have one in Danville too. So, and I think in Los Altos. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because sometimes you'll probably run across a home that has pieces in it that are, worth something. Not,
Oh yeah.
yeah, right?
Yes, I've actually kept on, some of them I said, I can't donate this. I'll put it with my stuff and I'll sell it. So it's like online, and yeah, I have sold them, so they get a check. I have a couple people, I don't do that all the time because, my storage would grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
But, but I have done that. And I mean, they're in a home, so it makes, if I can, I have a storage facility. So I try to, do it if I can.
Well, interestingly enough, I was just with a friend of mine over the weekend, and he is a nut over Waterford Crystal and Lalique. So
Mhm.
I'm sure you run into those kinds of items.
all the time.
Yeah. And sometimes people don't even know what they have.
Exactly, exactly. It's so true.
Mhm.
And the nice thing about estate sales is I try to price it to where the client will make some money, and that's my main goal. But also somebody can come in and get a deal because you're not going to sell it for retail prices.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I have a couple more questions. You mentioned about that you will stage it for the sale. I don't know what it means when you say stage it.
did you see the video?
I kind of, yeah, I saw it. You show it earlier.
Yeah.
They're putting things
Okay, like for
together.
example,
Is that what you meant to stage them?
yeah, we make it to where it's really try to make it appealing. We're still in the probably halfway through this process. But
Mm.
like one little room, we're gonna set up like a little store. So that will be cute. It's all their little high-end
I see.
for not furniture, but high-end clothing and high-end purses, and then very cutesy. And then the living room, we're gonna set it up as a living room, except for the outside of area. So we will decorate it to look like a living room. And having a store for 25 years, I realized if you don't show people that they want it, they don't know. So if you decorate your store or your estate sale or whatever, like a little store, I mean, like a house, then they say, "Oh my gosh, that looks so cute together." Then they buy it.
Yeah. So
It's
you
just the
mentioned
art of
about
selling.
high-end situation like clothing or purses, Do you deal with jewelry?
Yes, yes, we
Oh,
do. A lot of people, we try to sell the high-end items online, and then the costume jewelry in the estate sale.
okay. So how do you get a good guesstimate on the value on the jewelry? That's a little tricky. That's way beyond me, but
Yeah, yeah. I guess I just kind of know because I've been doing this so long, but I also have I would take it in if I thought it was super valuable. I have gold testing, I have diamond testing kits,
Hmm.
I test everything. Um and check for stamps and all that stuff.
I see.
So once you
Okay.
know that it's real gold,
Right.
then you
Right.
you gotta go for that and check the stone to make sure what kind of stone it is and all that.
Do
So
you have a store to go to sell those items, or is that had to be the people come in to buy? Because then,
no, I put the high-end items online and people can buy them through estatesales.org is what I typically use.
hmm,
And I also have some people that buy our typical gold buyers,
right,
from me.
right, right. Because then, okay, all right. So because then we'll open up a lot more because the people coming in to look at might not be the type of people, people come out, sell them to look for jewelry. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
and you
thank
have
you.
to watch out for theft. So,
Right,
that's why I don't have the high end in the walk-in
right, right. Yeah.
estate sales.
So, the purses, what, are you are you gonna be open this weekend? No.
You're so cute. I am a purse freak. Do you know how much I want all those purses anyway? But no, we're actually gonna be
Hey,
doing
Julie,
it the
no shopping.
22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
What did it say that again?
The 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, yeah. And I will send you the link to estatesales.org. And what that does is just has pictures of some of the items, and you can check them out. And I keep adding, like this morning, we pulled out probably like, oh my gosh, 15, 20 beautiful 50s dresses. And I'm like, oh, to be that small, it's so cute. Oh, anyway, I'm a fan. I love my job,
Right?
Yeah,
would
I
be,
do. I love it.
I would be
I
so
wouldn't give it up
slow.
for
I
sure.
would be, I would be so slow,
Yeah.
but meticulous, but slow.
Yeah.
So I'm already thinking of, us as SRES, having an event, we could sponsor an event for the clothing for the
Yeah.
seniors. And I'm gonna whip something up. I'll put it in the bulletin, an idea, and something that, each of us could probably muster up, just a quick pop-up event for this holiday season even.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, Lisa.
Laurie, I have a question. With your purchasing of the clothes for the seniors, did you set up a nonprofit for that, or did you just operate under
No,
business?
I haven't yet. I've actually talked to a couple people about that. I have a guy for that, a nonprofit guy that sets up nonprofits. And we haven't actually sat down and decided whether I should. I had another person that has a nonprofit and said it's a lot. Are you there? Yeah. Yeah, it's easier just to do it, but I kind of feel like it's probably better to have the nonprofit. If anybody has any knowledge on that, please send me an email.
Yeah, we can find out
But
about that.
yeah, kind of for safety sake and insurance purposes and all that, it might be better to have the nonprofit.
Well, that's what I was thinking, just for insurance purposes, and liability. And then I
Correct.
have a really good insurance broker, resource for liability insurance for your 503C or whatever those numbers are. Yeah.
501c3.
Yeah.
501. Yeah.
Like I have
exactly.
insurance.
That what she says.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What she said. Yeah, I have
Mhm.
insurance for my business. I have workman's comp and liability insurance.
Mhm.
And but I would have to have something different for that, I'm sure. But yeah, we're just, I appreciate any kind of input because it's just in the beginning stage, but this is kind of what my heart has a passion for right now that I feel like I'm led to do. Like I'm supposed to do this. So and I love clothes and purses, and you wouldn't tell because I live on a ranch, so I wear jean cowboy boots and a t-shirt, but I do love it.
Laurie, hi, this is Lynn again. I just voted and had to step out and jumping back in. So I did have a question because when I jumped in, it sounded like you went to find a place to host this kind of like a clothes to display the clothing for seniors to come and pick, right? The ones that
Right.
need it. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Because I don't know, because you mentioned church. So have you guys heard of the magic yarn?
The
what?
magic yarn?
The magic yarn, YARN.
No.
It's a nonprofit and they make they make the wigs for
Oh,
children
yeah,
who
I've heard
have
of that.
terminal illnesses. Yeah, and that they lose their hair. So
Mhm.
our church actually did a joint venture with the magic yarn. It was an amazing, amazing event and provided the volunteers and our church cultural hall for, the setup and for, getting volunteers there to help make the wigs. It was a beautiful experience. And
Aw.
so I don't know. I mean, this is, a beginning. I'm very big into community and obviously, we are faith-based. So anyway, just thought, I throw it out there. When you start this, if it's something that you want to, talk further, I can connect
Oh,
you with the
sure.
No, that would be a
powers
great
that be.
resource. Yeah. Especially
Mhm.
for framework. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's like, we're very well networked. So if it's a worthy cause, we will be able, I mean, yours sounds like it for sure, but I'm sure they have certain guidelines that we would adopt it and then, do a joint effort on
We're
some.
gonna have,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, We're gonna have SourceWise come on here in a couple of weeks. In December, SourceWise is gonna join us, and SourceWise is our local area agency on aging, something like that. Skip, help me out here.
Mhm.
You
And,
got it right.
So yeah, oh good, thanks, Joan. So SourceWise will be a great source to help with this whole concept that you have, Laurie. That in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, would be like the first people I would talk to about hooking you up with events and getting to the right people.
Oh,
Yeah, getting
yeah.
to your seniors. So they're going to be on with us in a few weeks.
Cool.
And the other question I have for Laurie, sorry if you've already answered this, but do the donations have to be brand new clothing?
No, no,
Oh, okay.
they
Yeah,
do not.
because
We just don't want like stains or holes or anything that I
right.
have to throw away, you know.
Because we come across so many properties, as I'm sure you do, that have things that are really nice that they're just throwing away. So it would be great to, have your contact. And so, yeah, to handle that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Julie, if you have her contact, she has mine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lynn, tell them quickly about your event that you're having on Thursday.
So I'm putting together, and thanks to the inspiration of, just having my series credentials now. And that's how I knew about this mastermind. Because I run across a lot of, sellers who, are just outgrown their homes and they don't want to go out of their homes. They're like, almost like, I'm leaving feet first from my home. But guess what? Their kids who live further away are insisting that their parents look at assisted living options because they're either far away and they're too busy, or their parents can't move closer to or of course their parents can move closer to them, but they don't want to because their network of friends are here. So it's like really facilitating these conversations, which most people don't like, because everybody thinks they're young and can live forever and don't need help. But often that isn't the case, when you start seeing things in the home that's in disrepair. And it's just, yeah, facilitating, and most people don't plan for it. So the quality of life workshop, which I'm having on Wednesday or Thursday, 5, it can be either on Zoom or in person in our office in Campbell. We are providing dinner, is going to provide a platform for providers, so anyway, I'm welcoming you all. If you want to invite your contacts, you can invite them and utilize these resources that I put together. Yep, that's it.
They'll see
Yeah.
fun stuff. That's what we do. SRES. We do fun stuff.
Yeah, and Julie, since I sent you the flyer, you can feel free to share that too.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I
And
will.
yeah, that's for you. Yeah, but they have to register as soon as possible
Yeah.
because there is a limit on that in person, but the Zoom is, unlimited. Yeah.
So in that vein, Laurie, so what do you think about marketing your services? How do you approach that?
Well, I haven't really as is Abbott estate sales or the
Abbott estate sales, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say with the senior center, I haven't done it. I basically am welcoming any advice and how I can actually progress. One of the things I think I need to learn more is the technical part of life right now, is like the Zoom and just doing more of that. I mean, I'm pretty good with like all the platforms as far as selling because I've been doing it so long, but marketing is something that I still need to work on. I'm learning. I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, we all are. We
Yeah.
all are, for sure.
Yeah.
And our constituency, basically senior homeowners, you know, their adult children are the ones that are on social media. Their adult children are the ones that, you know, are usually, well, the decision makers. And so that's who we need to get in front of.
Right.
And then at the same time, though, we need to, and this is something that we work through and have bunches of ideas, but talking to seniors and senior homeowners in person, because that's how you make the connection.
Exactly.
It has to be in human form. So that's why we talk about stuff like Lynn's going to do an event and invite people. We go out and do events and go to places and talk to people. And one of the themes is for us, all of us, what you guys do, what we do as seniors real estate specialists is just go out and talk to people and talk to the senior homeowners and talk to them about things that are important to them and things that they're having to make decisions about and have no idea that there's resources available to them.
Right.
Yeah. And it's so hard because like we have to go out and talk to people.
What? No. But we have an app for that. No. But I do the online marketing a little bit. I mean, I do it like every day, you know, post something about the business and put it on all the sites. But I definitely need to figure out a marketing plan. And this is where I'm kind of learning how to market myself and my business.
Well, you're doing really good right now.
Thank you.
Just like all of us, we're all pretty much in the same boat with that.
Yeah.
And finding our way and what works best, or what we see we get traction out of. We do have to keep in mind is that the seniors homeowners and families of senior homeowners, they're more technically savvy than probably what we give them credit for.
I agree. My mom's on it.
Okay, so here's the thing, because like my mom, right? So you thought of your mom, I thought of my mom. My mom, she'll say something like, oh, I don't know about this, or I don't know about that. I'm like, you can shop on Amazon. You don't have trouble with Amazon. You don't have trouble with PayPal. You're
Yeah.
perfectly you're well versed with Amazon and Temu.
Oh, yes.
I'm all-
Right.
So don't give me any I don't know about that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll say, I just tell my mom, ask Google, ask Siri, just ask.
Exactly.
That's what I should do.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, Kip, got anything for the good of the order here?
Nope.
Oh, all righty.
I don't want to overdo my welcome here, so.
You haven't said anything the whole time.
Well, I missed half of it. You know, it was on the CSA journal call. So rather than show my stupidity and ask a question that has already been done, I'll wait and watch the video. So anyway, you know, this is something that's really not an area of my expertise either. So I'll relent to you guys. And where the hell's Joan? All I see is her dumb old
She's right
chair there. I
there.
mean,
She's right.
I don't
See,
see
she's
her.
right there.
Oh, there you are.
I'm multitasking.
I see. Well, I am
multitasking.
too, but all right.
Yeah, where's
cool.
your face, Skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here where it belongs, on top of my head.
Mute. Video
He
mute.
says-
That's funny.
He says he's got a face for radio, so that's why we only ever see his.
There you go.
That's a
face
good
the
one. That's a good
newspapers.
one. Yeah.
Hey, I just
I-
gotta tell you guys, I just learned how to chat on Zoom right now.
Well, good for you, Laurie. That's
I
great.
told you I'm a work in progress.
That's right. That's right. Well, I just went over to
Remember,
I went over to Ivy Park over on San
Oh.
Felipe
Uh-huh.
and visited that place today. And I didn't know that Oakmont had bought Sunrise. At least they bought the Sunrise up in Redwood City. They were the Oakmont also owns the Ivy Park
Yeah.
facilities and met some of their regional people there. So that was nice.
That's interesting to know. See, things move around here and with
Yeah.
flags and operators.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things I was talking about with micro markets, with the senior living communities. And in every single region, the players in every single region with all the different communities is so individualized. So even from where we are in San Jose and Santa Clara County, but you go up the peninsula, like Ivy Park is up the peninsula just a little bit, and then it even gets more up and then the players completely change, and everybody in the sales and marketing offices and the executive directors offices, their dynamics completely change. So you think you have it dialed in with all of your networking in South San Jose, and that you can have the same sort of dynamic up the peninsula. It's
Yeah. You got to
different.
talk to everybody individually. You're absolutely right. Mhm.
Yeah. And nationwide. So Joan, you you guys could probably, we've noticed on the national level, right, Lisa, on the national level, people are getting on this senior placement industry bandwagon.
Mhm.
And this is something that, of course, as SRES, we have talked about and learned about and resourced the right thing, the right situations for how the senior living communities own and operate, how they run, and how we as real estate professionals can interact with them. And we strive to work with the same families. They're all the same families. Well, so so that is interesting what you just mentioned about Ivy Park and the new operators that just bought it. And then those things change all the time. They change all the time. And we do have to keep up with it. And people in their executive directors offices and their sales and marketing offices, everybody has a different perspective on what it is that we do as seniors real estate specialists or as a realtor. They have kind of two different things in mind, two different perspectives. And so this is something that we like to be able to communicate to them, that we're senior real estate specialists and we have the same families so that we work with. So thank you, Joan, for talking about that.
Sure.
Does anybody have any questions, anything more for Laurie or any of us?
Just thank you all for your time and your work, and go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy election day. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
Good
Yeah,
to
I'm
see
so
you.
election today?
So next week we're having Althea. Althea is my colleague here. She's a SRES real estate professional and an estate planning and elder law attorney. So
And a professor.
and professor, yeah, for elder care law. So we're going to have the opportunity to ask her some awesome questions. So give that some thought for next week. And Laurie, I'll have all of your information in the bulletin. And anybody else got anything? Happy election day. I'm gonna be so glad when this day is over.
Oh, hallelujah.
Good to see
Yeah,
y'all.
for
Bye.
Next week.
Yes. Thank you so much.
See,
Thank you, Laurie.
All righty, thank you so much.
You did great. I wanna come shopping for purses.
Oh, thank you. I'll contact you.